Hi, I'm Jessica Morris with the Hood School of Acting, and this week's movie of the week is Poor Things.
Movie of the week.
Poor Things is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. It stars Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo. It is an amazing movie. I do want to mention that it's R-rated and there's definitely some adult content. But that being said, it is awesome. The acting is outstanding. I want to talk a little bit about the process that Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo went through to be able to achieve these roles. They had mentioned that they had a 30-day rehearsal process. I'll give you a little bit about the premise of the film. So basically what happens is Emma Stone's character is not happy with her life. She commits suicide, but she's pregnant. And she's, I believe, right around 8 months or so pregnant. And so there's this mad scientist, Willem Dafoe, who finds her and he ends up taking her back to his lab, and he realizes that the baby inside her is still alive. So he takes the baby's brain and puts it in Emma Stone's character's brain, Bella. So now Emma Stone's character, Bella, is really learning as a full-grown adult how to walk, how to talk, what life is. And so Emma Stone had to go through this process of learning the beginning stages of walking and talking and the physicality and just the freedom as an infant, but in a grown, body. And so she ended up coming up with 5 different stages. The cool thing about this is that she had to learn these stages so well because the first day of filming, she ended up filming stage 5 because of the location, and she also had to film stage 1 in the first day. So she really had to be comfortable with all of these stages of her walk and her speech and all of that. Now that came through the rehearsal process. So Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone talked about this intense rehearsal process. They talked about really just having the freedom in the rehearsal, and mainly they didn't even actually do the dialogue until they said the last week. They said, and at that point, they mostly only did like 20% of the lines because the goal was, through this rehearsal process, is to teach them to have freedom and to not preconceive the way they think this scene should be, the film should be. They had talked about they were noodles rolling around on the ground, hitting each other's bodies. They were touching each other's faces. At one point, I believe Mark Ruffalo said, you couldn't do anything right, you couldn't do anything wrong, everyone was laughing, everyone was having a blast. And the whole point behind this is if you watch the film, you see such freedom, and it just looks like they're having fun. Mark Ruffalo said at one point, they got to set and they have that dancing scene, which if you haven't seen the film, I highly recommend the film. This dancing scene in particular, they had to have such freedom, and they had to be comfortable looking like fools. And so Yorgos had mentioned at one point to them, so we did that rehearsal, right? Now, you guys already made fools of yourself, so be okay on set making a fool of yourself. No one's gonna laugh because we've already laughed at each other before. Now is the time to just have fun. And that was really the goal of that rehearsal process, is to get these actors to not feel like, okay, action, I have to act, but instead be comfortable with who they are in these roles and be free. In one of the interviews I watched, Mark Ruffalo talked about he was questioning whether he should do this part. And he said, for him, he's had this brand his entire career of being a dramatic actor. And he said, when I got the script, I turned it down. He said he turned it down 3 times, and Yorgos really wanted him in it. And he said, I questioned whether the world wanted to see me as this narcissistic, larger than life character and comedic with an accent and a period piece. And he said, this is something that I've never done before. And I don't know if people will believe me in that. I don't know if I can do it. And he said, and he just didn't know if he should. And he said his wife kind of pushed him and said, you need to do this. And once he decided, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, at that point, he said, I'm gonna commit 100% and really give it my all. But I thought this was really important because I think as actors, we all do that, right? We question, do you think people would want to see me do this? Can I do this? And we have to trust our training, our process, and we have to jump in and put all the work into it like he did. He is fantastic in this. He put a lot of work into it, but then he just trusted the process. And he also said something that I thought was really cool. He said at one point he felt good about the rehearsal process. He felt like, okay, I understand my character now. I feel like I am this person. And then he said, And here comes the first day of filming. He said he sat across from Willem Dafoe, and all of a sudden, everything that he had worked towards just was gone. And he said that he felt, as he was sitting there, he said, I was sweating bullets, I was scared, and Yorgos came up to him and said, what are you doing? And he said, I don't know, I'm scared. And Yorgos said, you got this. We did this in rehearsal. You are this character. You are this person. Just trust and relax and put your attention on that person in front of you. And that's it. And he said, you know, that helped him relax and realize all that work that he did is there. And all he has to do now is just connect with his partner and just listen and respond and trust that he has it, which he does. Thanks for watching. You're welcome to join an online class or an in-person class. We'd love to see you there.